exactly how did this blast trigger? Let's put out those questions there because they still remain on the larger angle. Because was it Jaish-e-Mohammed strategically recruiting doctors, highly educated medical practitioners who had knowledge about chemicals and laboratories? Was it to gain access to laboratories and their expertise that was being misused to such an extent? And the procurement of fertilizers being said, because it is being said that it was these very doctors who procured over 26 quintals of NPK fertilizer. The stockpile that was intended for IED making, was it for the extraction of ammonium nitrate that turned deadly? Well, Bhavtosh is connected with us on this angle because, Bhavtosh, multiple questions that are being raised as to even why we're looking at this chemical or this explosive that was transported from Faridabad to Jammu and Kashmir at that very police station was out for inspection. What is being said when this massive blast happened?
Yes, Amita, in fact, we're still awaiting for an official statement from Jammu and Kashmir Police and also from the DGP of Jammu and Kashmir. But the fact remains that such inspections don't happen late in the night, that too around midnight. And importantly, this happened without a bomb detection center sampling by them, also by the army and or by the NSG. Now, this happened. We don't know whether it was given a go-ahead by the senior officials of the Jammu and Kashmir Police. We are looking at the destruction that has happened, some massive destruction. We also saw what happened in Chandni Chowk. So what is very clear is that officials in Jammu and Kashmir knew the kind of explosives that they are dealing with. Despite that, this is unprofessionalism, the manner in which it was handled. And explosives don't go off on their own. So you need a detonator, you need a timing device. Despite knowing that what had happened at Red Fort, someone mishandled it. What sources have told both Priyank as well as Sohail is that they were carrying out forensic examination, but who gave this go-ahead? It's a very big question because everyone was aware of the fact that Jaish Ansarul Ghazwa module had carried out terror attack at Red Fort. Despite that, no precaution was taken. Having said that, what was the need to carry out at 11 a.m.? What was the point of hiding it or at least storing it at the police station? They should have done it at a better place, whether it was at the designated area in Jammu and Kashmir Police, or even should have given it to the army. There is an NSG center also at Srinagar in Srinagar. So there are several questions that needs to be answered by Jammu and Kashmir Police. None of them have been answered by them. It is still early in the day, but we are hoping that they give an official answer. Because it's a very serious turn of events that have taken place this last night.
Absolutely, because we were dealing, Priyank, with one explosion, now another has happened. But was it accidental? Was it not? Of course, all of these angles are going to be investigated by the authorities. But when it comes to this strategy that is now being taken up by terror organizations, we are not dealing with them firsthand. You know, when terror encounters happen. This is another round of modus operandi where, warlike storage explosives that have been recovered. Chemicals are being used rather, which are highly inflammable, which trigger such kind of explosions to take lives.
Yes, certainly, Amita. That's the latest pattern which is certainly being studied by the security experts and the intel agencies, that what is the reason because of which they suddenly started storing huge amount of chemical at a different location. And that led to a conclusion that they have probably taken some sort of inspiration from what had happened in Beirut in the year 2020, where the loud explosion only in the ammonium nitrate had created an earthquake of magnitude of 3.3 Richter scale. So these are the facts on which the study will be going on, and for which the other accused are yet to be are still being questioned by the multiple agencies, by the Jammu and Kashmir Police, and the NIA will soon be taking them into police custody. But the fact of the matter is that over the period of many years, the indoctrination of these medical experts, the medical students and the doctors has been done by the Jaish-e-Mohammed with a specific purpose for which the truth need to come out. What could have been the reason because of which shifting out from the Indian Mujahideen's former engineering module, which was studied backed by the Pakistani ISI. Now the ISI, backed by Jaish-e-Mohammed or vice versa, has been eyeing to recruit more and more doctors in the fraternity. That is certainly worrying, and the access to the chemical lab cannot be denied as a very lethal thing, which could have also resulted in this kind of explosions which are happening here in Delhi, as well as what had happened in Nogam late last evening. These are the things for which there will be a proper report which will be submitted to the Ministry of Home Affairs. The initial report has been suggesting about the route, the location, the
if there would be any reaction coming in from the government side as well, from the state administration over this explosion that happened in Nogam late last evening. It was the very same Nogam police station which was leading the investigation in the Jaish-e-Mohammed poster expose that actually led to the Faridabad terror module. And we'll get you more information on that. Thank you very much for the moment, Bhavtosh, Sohail, and also Priyank, continuously staying on these updates that are now coming in from Jammu and Kashmir.